The idea of ending birthright citizenship is making its rounds again. And it is true that if you were born here to undocumented parents, or if you are undocumented and you have a child born in the US, you should immediately file for a passport for your children or for yourself. And if you are above the age of 21 and you have undocumented parents, you should probably also get I-130s on file immediately for them. But let's talk about why that is. The idea that Trump can amend the Constitution to end birthright citizenship, which means everyone born on United States territory is automatically a U.S. citizen, is a big leap. That is going to be very difficult, both at the federal congressional level and then at the state level, getting, the majority or 2/3 of the states to ratify it. That's going to be difficult. But what is much more likely is Trump using his broad authority over executive agencies to make getting proof of citizenship much more difficult, or to incite litigation. So let me give you an example of this. I think there is a general consensus that we can expect in the first week that Trump takes office that he issues a series of executive orders. And one of those executive orders will be directing federal agencies, to not issue, for example, passports or recognize children born in the United States to undocumented individuals as U.S. citizens. And that is within his authority to do. Now, is it legally sound? That's to be determined. And that's why litigation will likely ensue. And lots of organizations are going to sue in federal court to say, hey, this is not constitutional. This is not what the Constitution says, right? But keep in mind, he is acting within his authority in his directions, right, to these federal agencies. So in the meantime, it is very possible that children born here are not going to be recognized by the federal government as U.S. citizens if they were born to undocumented individuals, until this works its way through the federal district court, the appellate court, all the way up to the Supreme Court. And now let's think about who's on the Supreme Court. This is a majority conservative court. Would it be somewhat extreme for them to rule that, citizenship shouldn't be conferred to children of undocumented immigrants? Yes, it would be extreme. Would I put it past them? No. So this rush to go get passports, I think, is legitimate. The rush to file I-130s for parents of U.S. citizens, even if there is no path to adjustment, but just to establish that they are immediate families of U.S. citizens, I think is also legitimate. So, we'll keep an eye on the news. We'll see what happens, but I do not think that this is fear-mongering. I think it's a legitimate possibility that Trump exercises his right to oversee federal agencies and issue directives that they must follow.